Hello. Hey, here we are. We're with our good friend, Rocky Whitaker, the administrator of the Plymouth Paranormal Society and Investigation.
PPSI.
The PPSI. Well, guess what? We've brought him back for another holiday special, and that's our Thanksgiving holiday special. And so what we're going to do is we have a series of jokes, of really bad jokes, and we're going to see who can make the other one laugh with these really bad Thanksgiving dad jokes. So
You wrote these yourself, didn't you?
No, I did not. These are taken from a book available at the Plymouth Public Library, Turkey Riddles. So these are classics.
I thought this was part of your first stand-up album. Brandon Richie, why is no one here?
Well, I think we all know why no one's here. Okay, so you'll go ahead and you'll go first.
Okay. Joke 1. Why does the farmer cover his ears when he passes the turkeys?
I don't know.
He doesn't want to hear the foul language.
All right. What was the turkey's favorite movie?
I don't know, Brandon. What was the turkey's favorite movie?
The Gizzard of Oz.
No. All right. What did the turkey say when the pilgrim went to pass the potatoes?
I don't know.
No thanks. I'm stuffed. Waka waka.
Why is it not safe for turkeys to do math?
I don't know why.
Because if they added 3 and 5, then they'd get 8. Do a little math in that one.
He laughed at his own. That's how bad this is right now.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
How is a penny like a turkey sitting on the fence?
I don't know. How is a penny like a turkey sitting on the fence?
Well, you know, heads on one side, tails on the other. Get it?
Yeah, I got it.
I didn't.
Well, all right. This is a good one here. This is a classic. All right. How do turkeys dance?
I don't know. Tell me.
Beak to beak.
Wow. Wow.
Beak to beak.
Uh-huh.
Right, nuzzling right in there, beak to beak.
That's amazing.
That's right.
Next. Why did the stuffing hide behind the turkey?
I don't know.
It's because it was dressing. Ha-ha! Got a chuckle on that one. 1-0.
It was dressing.
It was dressing. Nobody likes naked stuffing.
No. What did the sweet potato say to the turkey?
I don't know.
Here I am.
Bad. These are bad. Are you sure this book isn't on the library banned list?
These are classic, Drew.
It's like, there's To Kill a Mockingbird and Turkey Riddles. What happened to the turkey who ate too much corn?
I don't know what happened to the turkey that ate too much corn.
Oh, that poor guy. He got an earache.
I get it. He got an earache, like an ear of corn.
Yeah, like an ear of corn.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Here we go. I saved the best one.
Oh, I've got another one.
I got the best one. What costume did the little turkey wear every Halloween?
Can I take a stab at this one?
Go ahead.
He dressed up like a goblin.
Hey, that's it. He did it. That's it. He was always a goblin.
He was a goblin.
A goblin.
How amazing.
Here's it. Let me tell you.
This was absolutely the biggest waste of celluloid.
No, this is, hey, Turkey Riddles. It's available at the children's section. And yeah, so if you come in here before Thanksgiving and you want to have your child or someone in your family telling turkey riddles at family dinner, nothing could win people over more than when you take your family to the family Thanksgiving and your child is loaded up with some of these great turkey riddles to share with family. Yeah, that's just...
You know, it reminds me of a song. I'm going to sing a couple bars of it right now. It goes a little something like this.
Sit back and enjoy this, folks.
Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to tell jokes about turkeys. 'Cause that book is bad and it shouldn't be had by anyone.
Wow.
Seriously.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised you're not playing the Opry.
Oh. Well, I am. You know, it's next to the tattoo parlor downtown.
Yeah. Oh.
So what's next? Do we have any turkey to eat? Because you promised me a fancy dinner, and I'm not seeing anything except cardboard.
We will. You will have a fancy dinner in just a few days, and so we want to wish you all a happy Thanksgiving and enjoy it, and hopefully. You'll have some material now to share while you're carving the turkey and asking someone to pass the rolls.
Mm-hmm.
So for Rocky Whitaker from the Plymouth Paranormal Society and Investigation,
PPSI,
from Plymouth Public Library, happy Thanksgiving.
Go stuff yourself.
All right. Well, we're here at Plymouth Public Library, and I'm with Stacy, who is over the audio video department, correct?
Something like that.
Something like that. And now it's interesting because everybody's familiar with Halloween-based movies.
Yes.
Everybody's familiar with Christmas movies. But as we're going into Thanksgiving this week,
Yes.
are there Thanksgiving movies?
Yes, there's lots of them.
Okay, can you give us an example? What's a Thanksgiving movie?
Freebirds.
Freebirds. Yes, that's with Reggie the turkey, and
Yes.
that's one of my favorites.
Yes.
And what else?
Well, there's the great movie Turkey Bowl, which I just recently watched. Fairly new movie, just came out in 2020. Technically filmed in 2019, but because of COVID and stuff, it didn't come out till 2020. Anyway, it's funny, especially if you like football. It's about guys that have been friends for a really long time, and somebody moves away. And anyway, it's a great story. It's a really good movie, and that is a good Thanksgiving movie. Sweet November is another really good Thanksgiving movie. It's one of my favorites. It's very sad, but it's uplifting. That sounds kind of weird. Charlize Theron, Keanu Reeves. You can't go wrong.
So it's kind of like Star Wars, sad but uplifting.
Yes, exactly. Just like that.
This actually was one of my childhood favorite movies to watch at Thanksgiving. Martha's Classic Thanksgiving.
Cooking with Martha.
Cooking with Martha. Yeah. So, the one that always comes to my mind is the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving.
Oh, yes, that's classic. Yeah.
And that's available here at the library, correct?
If it's not currently checked out.
If it's not currently checked out, that is available here at the library. So, if I were to try to nail it down, if we were trying to nail it down, your suggestion for the pivotal Thanksgiving movie, what would it be?
Oh my gosh, that's really hard. I don't know. I like so many movies. I don't have an actual favorite.
You don't have a favorite Thanksgiving movie?
I should have thought about this. I don't.
Wow.
His is Freebirds though, and it's awesome.
I love Freebirds, and if for not so much for the younger audience, but Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Oh my gosh, I totally went blank. Yes, that would be my favorite one.
That is like the classic,
Yeah.
and Dutch. If you've ever seen Dutch, another great John Hughes movie.
I didn't know that Dutch was Thanksgiving themed.
Yeah, it takes place over Thanksgiving weekend. So
well, if you're gonna throw that in there, throw in Trading Places because that just covers the whole holidays.
Trading Places as well. Yes.
I don't know if that's kid friendly though.
Yeah, that's definitely once the kids are in bed after all the when mom and dad are just making turkey sandwiches late at night. Those are all movies to watch. So one thing is there's all kinds of movies down here at the Plymouth Public Library for Thanksgiving, and we're also heading into the Christmas season.
Yes, we'll be getting out Christmas movies.
So the Christmas movies will be coming out, so you don't just have to rely on the Hallmark Channel.
That's right.
Yeah, if you want something good,
Yes.
you'll come down.
You'll come borrow movies from the library.
You'll come borrow movies from the library, and they're free.
They are free.
And so movies are free, and if you check out 2, you get the third one extra free.
Yes. Those are extra free if you check out multiple.
Well, I want to thank you, Stacy, for your time.
Thank you, Brandon.
And come talk to Stacy down at the Plymouth Public Library, and come check our DVD and Blu-ray selection out. You will not be disappointed. Thank you so much.
Thanks for watching.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us here at Plymouth Today. And our first guest today is Travis Smith. And if you don't know Travis, he's a wrestling coach at Plymouth High School. He's a business owner here with Hybrid MMA.
Hybrid Combat.
Hybrid Combat.
Hybrid Combat Club.
Hybrid Combat Club. And he's also an MMA fighter. So, which is what he will always be to me when I think of Travis Smith. So, first off, Travis, how you been?
I've been good, man. Real good.
And how's the business going?
Business is great, especially since we moved.
Good. And you're in a new location?
We are. Yeah, we're over where the old Payless shoe store is, right next door to Sally's in the Plymouth Center.
Yeah. Right across from GameStop, there in the Walmart Plaza area.
Yeah, that's where we're at.
And now you've grown, obviously, from because I know a lot of people who are talking about your place now. Mm-hmm. So when before I didn't, you were kind of where you were at was kind of hidden. Yeah. But now you're right out. You're in the main drag really now. Everybody sees it. Everybody knows. And,
yeah. We were in the lower level of the Taekwondo school. Chip Dean gave me a great opportunity to get my business off the ground, and we ran business there for about 1.5 years. And then once I was able to put things together to make a switch to get me into a place that was more mainstream and put more eyes on me for us to grow. Yeah. We had pretty much topped out where we were going to be. This is where I'm at. I didn't see much more room for growth with what we had. And so that was when I made the ultimate decision to go ahead and make the step to relocate and get a little more eyes on us.
And you've seen obviously
huge difference.
Nice.
Yeah, immediately.
Nice. Very, very good. And what do you offer there?
We offer Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai kickboxing. We run our youth wrestling club out of there. It's called Hybrid Wrestling Club. And then I run my off-season wrestling club, same thing, Hybrid Wrestling Club, for high schoolers, middle schoolers. In the off-season, I have a little kids program too. We do once a week. And then we offer MMA. I have classes strictly for, the transition of striking, grappling, cage work, things like that.
So what's the youngest you can go in there and?
I am in the process of putting together a kids program for the jiu-jitsu classes, and I may end up putting like 2. If you join the program, it'll be 2 jiu-jitsu classes, 1 Muay Thai class. Right now, we don't have an actual kids class, just because I had to put all that stuff together. But I have about 5 kids that are 10-ish. That are in the classes right now. Once I put my kids program together, we're going to offer it at 6.
Oh, wow.
I'm 6 years old.
Yeah. Because it's hey, 6-year-olds need to learn to defend themselves.
Absolutely.
It's mean streets for 6-year-olds.
Yeah.
Now you fought MMA.
I did.
And what's that like? Just what is that like?
From my point of view, it's all what I always wanted to do when I was a kid. Being a prize fighter was like my dream. And so for me, it was, I loved it. I loved every second of it. There was never a fight that I didn't like. win, lose, or draw, I love to fight. I would fight for free. I didn't need to even get paid. I just liked to fight. It was fun for me.
And you did a few times.
Right, yeah. And so, you know, it was one, for me, you know, it was the ultimate rush. I felt like I belonged in there.
Yeah.
You know, when in combat is where I felt like that's where I thrive. It's, you know, I love the chaos. I love the, you know, you got to be able to adapt and the complexity of it all.
Yeah.
And so I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Now explain the feeling for someone who's never been in there before. Explain the feeling of when you're in there and that cage door closes and
it's almost like you get put into a dungeon. You know what I mean? Or a tunnel.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you know. It's like a tunnel, man. Everything from other than the cage, everything gets kind of dark and or at least you can't remember it.
Yeah.
And you can only hear certain things. You can only concentrate on the task in front of you. And if you're not used to that situation, if you're not used to that, you kind of lose your mind in a sense. Yeah. And so, you know, my boys just fought their first MMA fights last weekend, and not this past weekend, but the weekend before. And that was what I told them. You have to be able to control yourself in there. You can't get in there and expect to just go off the walls and win a fight. You got to be in control the whole time. And they did a good job. They've been competing for a long time. You know, I feel like we had the right recipe for getting them ready for that. And so, but for somebody that isn't used to that type of thing, man, it can become a scary place quick.
You know, what was interesting for me was the ability to actually hear in the midst of all of those people in that arena.
Sure.
Or that place, is to hear your cornermen.
Right.
Like you can zero in on those voices.
Yeah.
And that's astounding to me because you wouldn't think that.
Yeah.
You would think that because there's a lot of things going on there. There's just in the production of it.
Mm-hmm.
First off,
yeah.
if you've never been to a fight before, I would encourage you. I think there's a stigma to some of it that people have.
Sure.
And I would like to see them get past that stigma that it's a sporting event. It's literally like physical chess almost. Mm-hmm. There's a mental chess game, very intelligent sense of it, and to see it. But just in the production of it, I know you fought at Michiana Fight League, and they put on an amazing production up there for a local. Actually, I had seen other smaller venues and whatnot that can't even compare to what Michiana Fight League puts on and what they do.
Yeah, we well, thank you because I ran
Michiana
Fight League for 10 years.
Just a little plug.
Yeah, no, Todd Brown and Mike Brown, man, they brought me in and they really focused on, like, that was the conversations in the back when nobody saw was, you know, if we're gonna do it, we want to do it the best. And for a long time, man, we did a really good job. We put a lot of good fights together. Yeah. You know, we pushed a lot of guys, you know, into the limelight to where they got noticed, and you know, there were some guys that couldn't get fights, and I was able to find them fights. You know, going back to what you said as far as being able to hear your cornerman, I think if the training is right, if you know there's a voice that you're used to hearing all the time, your mind has the ability to zero everything else out and focus on that voice. Yeah. And so, you know, if you've heard this person speak to you and say these commands over and over again for however long you've been training, you know, absolutely neat how you could just hone in on that voice.
Well, if I knew it was commands and orders that you needed to zero in on, I would have had my wife corner me. And I'm only saying that because she probably won't see this video. So, are you still fighting?
I am not. I retired.
Yeah, because it is a. I mean, you're still a young man, right, but it is a younger man's sport in a sense.
My biggest thing was I was tired of being hurt, man. I couldn't stay healthy. You know, I'm a fast twitch guy. I'm a strong guy, and my body just isn't made for it. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's something that I could have fixed or if it was the way I trained at the beginning, and that probably had a lot to do with it, was how we trained before. We didn't train smart. Practice was a fight. as the years went on, we learned how to train smarter. The game evolved and everything. You know, the coaching evolved, and you know, I got hurt a lot at the beginning, and I would just train through it or you know, muster through it. But you know, once I had to have my neck fused, I was dead set. I'm gonna make a comeback. I'm gonna fight again. You know, I'm not gonna let this stop me. And I was released in 7 months. They told me it'd be 12 to 18 months. I was released in 7 months to do whatever I wanted to do. There was no stipulations, and I was training. I was getting back in shape. I felt great, and I tore my knee, and had to have surgery on my knee. And after that, I was like, you know what? This is just not. It's not worth it.
No,
if I was in, you know, if I had made it to the UFC, if I'd have made a run like that, maybe it'd have been different. But at this point, fighting in these in the regional shows and stuff, man, I had so many people looking up to me for, you know, the coaching advice.
Yeah.
And I just, you know, I thought about it. At the time, I was 37 years old, and I was like, you know, I'm not I'm a better coach than I am a fighter. You know, I fought because I loved it, and you know, I was a talented fighter. Yeah. But I have a knack for coaching, and that's what I decided to switch my focus to.
Yeah, it's smart to identify that, and it does. It's a wear and tear on your body.
Oh man!
It is, and when I say it's a young person's game, it's just because your body naturally overcomes things. You know, when you're younger.
Oh yeah.
And then all of a sudden you wake up one day and you sneeze, and I mean, I'm not even getting out of bed. It's just like
I live in a 2-story house, man. Something coming down the stairs in the morning sometimes.
Oh yes,
that's a task in its own.
Oh yeah. Like even walking up the stairs, like yeah. Can you you know, my wife will ask, can you go upstairs and then carry this heavy thing down?
Right.
I'm like, you know, I cannot do both those in the same day. So we're at a point now where that's iffy. So you left MMA and you're coaching now and you have your business, but you're also the wrestling coach at the high school.
I am.
Yeah. And how long have you been doing that?
So I was lucky enough, super fortunate, one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. I was able to volunteer coach with Coach Reed and Coach Rust. I did that for 2 years. The first year, I basically offered, you know, to come in and to wrestle with Graham Calhoun. Graham Calhoun was a great wrestler. My oldest son was his wrestling partner. He had graduated, and Graham needed some wrestling partners that could push him, and he was. You know, the difference between Graham and the next best guy in the room was so far that his brother Micah was going to have to do all of the work. And so I offered to come in twice a week to wrestle primarily with Graham. Once I got in there and was wrestling with Graham, and then, you know, Micah would go wrestle with Graham, and then I was kind of just standing around, you know, doing my thing. And then Coach Reed and Coach Russell, hey, can you help him with that? Can you help, you know? And so I was able to go over and start mingling with the kids, and one thing I've always been great at is building relationships, and so I started building relationships with all the kids, and I started coaching them more, and Coach Reed and Coach Russ, you know, loved it. They brought me back in the next year. About halfway through the year, the middle school approached me and asked me if I would be the head coach of the middle school. I agreed. My job was it was tough because I was running Revolution Fitness Center in Osceola, and so, you know, that's Todd's gym. Yeah. And so I was up there I'm trying to run that gym to the capacity that I needed to run it. And on the other side of it, I have to leave early a couple nights a week to go coach wrestling. And so I was able to be the head coach of the middle school with the stipulation of my son would run practices 3 days a week. Because he was our assistant coach, and so then I would be there for Tuesdays, Fridays, and any meets. You know, I was able to be there. And so then, as the high school season started winding down, it was Graham's senior year. Coach Reed had already announced that he was going to retire, and they approached me and asked me if I wanted the job. And in the meantime, I was running the youth club. I had started up the youth club again, and so they asked me if I wanted the job, and I accepted. And in order to do that, I was going to have to leave my other job.
Yeah.
Well, wrestling coaching or coaching wrestling isn't a full-time job. And so I just thought, you know what, this is the best time for me to open my own gym and start doing my own thing. And then I was offered a security monitor position at the high school as well. And I was like, man, everything just kind of fell into place. It was definitely a divine intervention.
Yeah. I got to tell you, you would be a scary hall monitor. For
I hear that a lot.
So how rewarding is that, though, coaching these young men and seeing?
Oh man, that's what it's all about. Life to me is about personal growth and human connection. I love being the rock. You know what I mean? Right. If you need me, I'm here. Whatever it may be, advice on life, advice on wrestling, whatever we need, we'll get through it. I didn't have a lot of that when I was young. I had a few people when I was young that I looked up to, but I didn't have a stable,
yeah,
this is your person. And I wanted to be who I needed when I was younger.
Yeah. And
so I love it, man. I love being able to help guys and show them and put them on a path. Help them get on a path. Whatever capacity I can do that at. I love it.
Well, I always love the story of a Stark County kid make good. Make things good. I always think. So now we mentioned the coming kids stuff, the younger kids stuff at your gym. But what other age groups do you have there?
Typically, I let anybody start. They would start from 12-ish all the way to however old you are. You know what I mean? Nice. At Todd's gym in Osceola, we have a guy there. We call him Doc. He's a podiatrist, and he's at 62 or 61 years old. He won a world championship in jiu-jitsu. Wow. And so, anybody can do it.
And some of the health benefits of jiu-jitsu. First off, especially for people as they get older, for just the stretching and the exercise of it. I think that's one of the things. And people can come to your gym and not be fighters.
Absolutely
they can,
not.
Yeah, because I think
that's the stigma.
The stigma is that they've got to come here if they want to fight. No, it's a gym to go and train.
Recreational. It's whatever goals you have, we can get there. And then if you want to be the hardest competitor and you want to get in fights and you want to be a savage, we can do that. If you want to come in once or twice a week, learn some self-defense, get a couple rolls in, get some movement in,
just get into shape,
right? Just body in motion stays in motion.
So let me ask you this, just a personal, is there any hope for me?
Absolutely. Without question. I have no doubts.
You've never seen me work out.
I have to.
That's right. Okay.
A long time ago.
Yeah. No, I was younger. I was spry.
Yeah, I still believe in you.
That was many pounds and many chins ago. But so, what are your business hours?
Typically Monday through Friday, 5 to 8. Classes will start at 5:30. Usually we have BJJ at 5:30. Muay Thai at 6:30 on Monday and Wednesday. And then Tuesday, Thursday at 6:30, I have my wrestling club. Fridays, we have a Muay Thai class at 5. And then Saturdays, we have an MMA class at 11.
And so if someone's interested in that, how can they get a hold of you?
hybridcombatclub.com, hybridcombatclub@gmail.com. We have a Facebook, Hybrid Combat Club. Yeah. We have Instagram, Hybrid Combat Club. And if they're friends with me on Facebook, however, I don't care. Get a hold of me.
Yeah, he's not a hard man to track down. I'll tell you that.
I will show up.
Well, I want to thank you for being here today.
I appreciate it.
And I want to encourage everybody. One, just the health benefits, the exercise benefits, and everything of going and rolling jiu-jitsu, practicing Muay Thai, all of those things. And if there's one person in this town that can help you and get you there to meet those goals, it is Travis Smith, and I firmly believe that. and that's Hybrid Combat Club. So
Hybrid Combat Club.
HCCA, Hybrid Combat Club.
HC squared.
HC squared. That's
what our Facebook chat is. We have a group chat for the members, and it's HC squared.
It's funny because our church, the pastor, Grace Community Christian Church, they had GC3.
That's
the people
awesome.
always says GC squared. And
Right.
I'm like, well, I think that would just be two.
Right.
two.
Yeah.
But that just says more for their mathematical
Right.
ability.
Sure.
So but Hybrid Combat Club here in Plymouth, it is over by Walmart and the Walmart Plaza, across from GameStop and where the Payless shoes used to be. And Travis Smith is absolutely just a remarkable coach. And you can be trained not only by the high school wrestling coach, but an actual former MMA fighter who's been in the cage and rolled. And also working hard to break the stigma and the stereotype, I think, of that.
Absolutely.
Because not only can he fight, he's personable, intelligent, and can be funny. I know we didn't see that here, but can be. So I want to thank you for coming today.
I appreciate it, man.
Thank you so much, man.